Oh, hey guys, Dan here. DD Speech Up, and you're chewing gum like a psychopath. Anyway, so
Taffy.
oh, taffy. So today we're working. Actually, the paint actually dried up pretty nice on there, eh? I feel like we could actually polish the rest of the truck, and it might kind of match. It's actually shockingly good. So in the last video, we pushed this thing out, kind of put the bed on it, made it look like a truck. So that's cool. Yeah, it was hanging from the ceiling. So what ceilings are for. Today I want to put the motor in this thing. Well, I have a lot of wants. So we got this motor from a couple of fine gentlemen. And this motor and that transmission were in a running, driving, square body truck was the story. And then they pulled it out to do an LS swap. And it simply just sat for, I think he said a year. And it was in a heated shop on an engine stand, like, obviously they're taking care of it. It's a nothing, I mean, we could run the numbers, but it's just a generic 350 Chevy. I was told it was a 350 Chevy. I didn't even look at anything, to be honest with you. The distributor cap was loose, but hopefully that's just whatever. It has spark plugs in it. I never even checked any of this. I should have done that. But yeah, okay, so that's all good. It was missing a fuel pump, which actually we were waiting on. I just got one today or yesterday from Scamazon. So we got to put the ring gear on, fuel pump on it. Most of the fuel pumps just so it doesn't yak oil everywhere. Actually, do we have oil? That's another, because I spilled a little bit. Oh yeah, I think that's even new. So we'll drain the oil out because there was some water or something in there. We got to test fire this old girl, and then if it runs, then we can put it in the truck, which I actually think is going to be a bit of a fiasco, because this thing's got a drop axle, so the whole front axle is pretty low to the ground. So we're gonna have to jack it up and do a bunch of screwing around there. And I'd like to get everything just kind of over here to work on it, but now the truck is in the way, so we might have to, I think we can heave-ho this truck backwards, up the ramp on the lift a little bit. You're not giving me any...
The shafts are gonna get stuck.
We're not gonna go all the way back. We'll just go a little bit.
Not seen or heard.
Oh, that was just according to Ivan there. He's not watching today, don't worry about it. Nick? Vic?
Vic.
He sounded divorced.
Oh, I'm also not supposed to show you. I'm just supposed to show only this.
So I bought this universal, well, not universal, it's meant exactly for this, which is put a small block Chevy into a 55 through 9 Chevy truck. So this unit aid in making the conversion. Since no two engine swaps, I feel like we're gonna weld this together. But motor trans in, I want to sit there, see how it sits weight wise, make this run. I only got another day or two before I have to bail out for work, but if I can get that taken care of, then I might start working on that fender. When the fender is done, I think I can wire this thing, the front half anyway, and maybe the back half, because there's not a whole lot of wiring back there. And this thing can like start with the key. Huh? Then we can measure for drive shaft and screw around for there. So we guess what rear end we want to put in this thing. How much money do we want to spend? Unfortunately, funds are tight right now. Somebody keeps buying cars around here and motorcycles. Daniela. So let's get the air in the tire, see if we can just kind of rock this thing back on the lift. If we can, then we can sneak the motor and transmission through here. Might be a little snug. Oh, we got to get the engine crane over here. We got a lot going on here today, which should be a good one. First start. Ooh, will it run? And then we'll put it all together and then motor install. Just a regular Tuesday at old DD Speed Shop on a Wednesday. Just a regular Wednesday, and this bumper's on upside down. Dang it, that was embarrassing. This truck's cool, I like it low. Okay, start the compressor on, put some air in this tire and see what happens. Okay. I might need your help to push. Oh, you're filming this? What are you doing?
I thought I was pushing it.
Well, I'm pushing it forward so we get a run at it. This is going to take all of our might and some of our brains.
Oh, she's turning.
It'll be fine. We're going to go straight back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, full speed. Ah! Oh, damn it. I thought you were pushing. Okay, we need more runway. This whole thing is uphill. I guess we could just go get the tow truck. Grab it by the door handle or something so you can get a good push on it. All right, ready? We're gonna go fast. Oh, God. Oh yeah, we got it. Nailed it. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, we might have to put the whole thing in the lift. Well, we can steer through there. She might be a little toit.
The shocks were, you could hear them already.
Yeah, shocks will be fine. Okay, I thought you were getting the engine grain. What's your excuse now? You're helping me? The problem is they don't understand I'm joking because I like to see how big your eyeballs get. It's funny that way. Okay, drag over the crane and then we'll scoot this thing over. Or not. Fiasco!
What happened?
We were ripped off. No, just this thing obviously was pulled or whatever. I noticed the distributor cap was off and it's got so I saw there was a crack in it. I'm like, we can still run it with that. But then the rotor is also broke off, so we can't do anything there. The carburetor linkage is a little bent, so we got to bend that back. Just a couple. I mean, let's be honest, this is something I would do. So no worries there. Everything else looks kind of decent. We still have, what is this? Okay. Oh, I meant to get an oil filter today too. This one looks smasher. I don't know if I have one. We can put on there. So I thought we might as well do an oil change to it before we fire it. I got a fancy oil filter. Okay, so we're good. We can do an oil change to it. And then we've got no belt for it. There's no pulley. We do have the ring gear and all the hardware, so that's cool. We don't have headers. No headers. Yeah. Otherwise, should be mint. Okay, I'm going to see if I have in the shed HEI distributor. I don't know if I do. I think all I have is mini stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. Otherwise, we got to make a trip into town. But we can do an oil change, put the ring gear on, make sure it kind of cranks over. We can set the timing, we do all that sort of stuff, then we just got to get a rotor and a cap. Or, no, we can steal the 55, but I don't want to mess with that thing. Let's not borrow from Peter to pay Paul or whatever. Okay, I'm going to see what we got in the shed. Swing and a miss. All I had was mini. I had either a mini distributor or I had a points distributor, both of which are not what I want to deal with. Oh, I forgot to recharge this. Put this on He-Man mode. Okay, we have another problem. The starter is smashed. I do have another starter, but I bought it for the 55 because it's failing, and I think it was a fancy one. So no, this is a junk one. Cheapy. Oh, this will work. This is a split deal. Man. You know, that's a hassle. Okay, well, let's zip this starter off right quick. See, aren't you glad we didn't just run to Lordco? We might need 15 more things. With my luck, it will definitely be that. Hopefully this starter just fits on there all mint-like. She missing Where did I put that starter? Is it on the deal there? Oh, one-handed. It's a light guy too. So we also got to put the... What in the Chinese Bezos is this? Okay. Nothing like having to thread your starter. Holy moly. You know, China. And it's gonna need washers, because of course it's different. This didn't come with bolts in it, did it? In that box? Oh, hassle. Nada? My life. Okay, well that's par for the course, I guess. So we have all this, which is slick. We'll just jam a bunch of washers in there for the time being, and I promise to get the proper hardware later. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're missing one washer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's one of them way she goes situations. Got me that blue Loctite off the counter. Your car here is already starting to be a pain in my butt, baby. Were you aware of this when you bought this thing? Okay. So, put this guy on. Like the proper way, I guess, would help, eh? Is that the right way? Yeah. Sticks out. What about any red Loctite, actually? Because we really don't want these coming undone. These are kind of critical to the situation. Whoever organized this place. That's silicone. I do have red Loctite because I bought red Loctite. Maybe I put it away. That sounds like something I would do. Actually, while we're out, we gotta get gas too. So, 2 birds stoned at once, am I right? Nailed it. Oh, name brand Loctite. Okay, so let's just jam those guys in there. Of course, we're gonna torque this to spec. Not mess around. Really just globber it on there, right? You want to start putting those together? You don't got to film every little quarter turn. I think people understand.
No, Vic didn't understand.
Vic didn't get it?
He didn't get it. Everything has to be filmed and I have to be zoomed right in. This video I dedicate to Vic.
Can't we just go back to working on late model Fords? People love that.
Here, I'll get just like...
You know, you're in my way now. I know you have a vendetta against Victor, but...
I really do.
The rest of us... Why the rest of us gotta suffer? Because he's a divorcee.
Ask Vic.
Okay, so we'll just stack a few washers on there. Perfect. And we found actually a star washer, so that's good. Do that. Did I get enough washers? I promise this is just temporary. Just temporary. Danielle, I don't need the... I already know I'm going to get judgment in the comment section. The best part is I know half these guys have done this. Okay, so that's...
What? They would never. According to the comment section, they always do everything exactly perfect to spec.
Yeah, that sounds like the internet, all right. Okay. Unfortunately, I screwed up my other battery device. This one is not the greatest for this. How does this work, I guess? Like that, maybe? And then, can I ground this too? That's not gonna make my life, it's crazy difficult. Need a grinder. The factory ground spot. Where did I put that trigger? Not right here. Okie doke. Can I attach this to?
This little bit?
No, I gotta go there, I think. And hopefully that's good. That's not good. A little water got in there. I wonder what caused that. What's grinding there? Oh, it must just be the flywheel's unhappy or something. Oh, it's just whatever. Everything spins, a little bit of water came out the exhaust. Meh. I guess that's just the way. That doesn't look like it's crazy rusty water. It looks kind of clean, to be honest with you. Wonder what that's all about. Anyway, it rolls over. Sounds like there was some compression on most of the cylinders. So we'll call that a win. So let's charge this guy up. We could probably, what are you, where's my stuff? The only thing I don't like about this, well, the short leads, and then it's got a friggin' USB-C thing in it. Who does that? Or US, whatever the
Like
micro? Yeah. Come on, internet, it's USB-C time. Okay, so it rolls over, that's good. Carburetor is there. We need a distributor cap. I think all the plug wires are there, so that's cool.
And you needed this?
And a rotor, cap and rotor. Looks like everything else in there, coil's good. Everything else we can deal with. Starter, ring gear, and gas. So gas, cap, rotor. We'll do that, we'll head back. We might as well, you want to pull a plug in this thing, I guess, while we're at it, maybe? Because there's definitely some water in the oil as well. Oh, this thing might be metric, and I hate everything about it. But, yeah, I wonder, maybe just condensation or something like that from sitting inside, outside or something. Whatever, it rolls over, it's all that really matters. Ugh. What size is this gonna be? Oh, mint. Okay, moment of truth. It's gonna be full of water or not. Either way, we're still gonna just use it. Clumpy oil, that's fine. It would have been water first, so it's definitely junky oil. Hasn't had an oil change in a while, but we'll give it one and then probably ignore it after. Okay, well, we've already got more parts on this thing than it really needs. What's going on here? Oh, on-off switch. Okay, into town we go. Actually, it's a good thing we didn't try and start because there's no oil in it. A couple of rollovers. Okay, mint. That looks good in here, actually. Oh, there's a piece of metal in there. Maybe a few situations we gotta take care of. Maybe we should pull a valve cover too. What would this be from? Can you grab me on the wall? There's a little fish. I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe I can get it. What do you suppose that is? You know how I think we're gonna handle this? Just forget that even exists. What would that be? I don't know. Looks like just a piece of metal might have fallen in there or something. It's definitely not a valve train thing. It's not a spring. It's not a... I don't know. Future Dan will handle that problem. Yeah, if it's junk, we'll put it in anyways, and just so it sits cool and go from there. Hopefully this isn't an epic fail. All right, let's roll. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't rock too bad. Oh, there's a lot of water in there. Oh, wonder... You know, this thing was in a shop. I wonder if they were just maybe like pressure washing or something like that and got some water in there or something, eh? It's just clean water. It's definitely not rusty old gross water. We went out and got some parts actually. Lordco had genuine AC Delco stuff, but I was thinking, you know, while we're out, probably not a bad idea maybe just to pull at least this one valve cover. The other one's a bit of a pain so the chain is wrapped. But the other thing I was thinking in my head, I think this is like the boss's motor or the boss's kid's motor or something like that. So maybe a disgruntled employee would have put a little piece of metal in there. I don't know. I hate to think negatively about people, but that is very strange to see
An
unknown piece of metal in there. Modify that quickly. Do we have any rags anywhere?
Trucker Bob.
Trucker Bob. Let's get this junk out of there. Actually, you know what we should do? It's this right here. A little bit of compressed air. So I think we're just going to go ahead and take this thing a little further apart. Make sure it runs. I thought we'd actually get a little further along, but this is definitely a little bit more work than originally expected. So hopefully everything goes good here. What is all this junk? I feel like that doesn't need to go on. Strip this thing of all its emissions. What's going on? Oh, it's got a broken spark plug. I don't know if I have a spark plug here. Oof. What do we have we can rob a spark plug out of? That's a hassle. Well, I might have some in the shed actually, some miscellaneous ones. Let's just pull this. Man, we didn't really do the greatest everything seems fine. There's honestly no junk. And that piece of metal was right there, which is right where the oil cap filler was. So that's cool. Does this thing have... Yeah, it's got spark plugs on that side. So worst case, it'll run 7/8 as good as it should.
It'll have a miss.
It'll have a miss. Well, it's going to have a miss for sure at this point, but... Oh, maybe this motor has a spark plug in it we can rob, or I take them all out? Oh, yeah. They might be different now that I look at those cylinder heads versus these ones. We'll find a spark plug somewhere. I think I have some in the shed. So I had a bunch in the 55 there. The traveling spark plugs. So surely I have some. Oh, there might be some in the cupboard actually. How did this go in? Okay, well, let's put this back together. Actually, you can grab the jug of oil, and we can just put some oil in this thing, do a quick oil filter change, and then, did I lose a fastener already? No. And then, you know, we should roll it over, just make sure the timing is set. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be, but you never know at this point. Mystery motor stuff, right? And if that's all good, crank her over, see what happens. So we're just pulling some spark plugs. A couple were not ideal, but
what makes a spark plug not ideal? Well, that one's broken.
Well, the broken one's not great, but how do I do that? It's loose and everything. Just they get junked up. One's clearly had water and stuff all over it. So I think what we're gonna do, of course now this is, it's like that had water in it. Not great. This one had water in it. Not great. This one's just full of junk. Not great.
How can you tell it was water?
It's rusty. That one's fine. Big gap on it. So what we'll probably do is we'll just we'll take all the plugs out and roll it over with no spark plugs in it, and then see what that does. So I kind of make sure there's nothing in there, like water or whatever. Let it yak out, and then and I got some Croil, full price. We'll put some Croil in all the cylinders.
We're on a budget. We can't afford Croil right now.
I think this thing needs all the help it's going to get. So luckily I had some spark plugs in stock there from the 55 Chevrolet. Let's see what this side looks like. Because water came out of that side, not this side. This one also had a tailpipe on it, and that one didn't. Yeah, see, that looks fine. That's just an old spark plug. But I wanted to do this and just make sure the timing was somewhat close. So it has
Do you think it's easier to do it now than in the car?
No, it's all the same. Yeah, that one's fine too. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it's distributor. We're not some new kid that needs a computer for this. It just either it works or it doesn't. I mean, who knows? For all I know, the guy took the distributor out to. I broke that one too. That one's fine. And these spark plugs are old and brittle. But I mean, maybe he took it apart to get it out. I mean, the cap was off and broken, so maybe it hit the firewall. So maybe they took it off. Who knows? And then we're messing around trying to get it running, and of course, it's got timing's way out. So you know me, a little bit of planning ahead of time, right? No. Okay, last one. So I'm gonna say there's two that had water in it, which wasn't great. So they're on the side where it had zero exhaust. Yeah, that one's fine too. A little oily, but whatever. So that's mint. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll grab the. Gotta find top dead center anyways. So we'll grab this. We'll just get this set up right quick and we'll come back and roll it over and find number one. Okay. Is that. Did it do anything? Okay, so now see if it blows any water out, so don't stand anywhere there. So there's definitely water in two of them, not ideal. But again, the water didn't look super crunchy. So now we'll try number one. I guess we should make sure they all have compression. That one does. That one does. That one does. Good. This one's awkward. Good. Okay, so they all have some sort of compression in them.
What's worse, water or cat food?
Probably water. Okay, so that's coming up on stroke there. It's probably got to be close to it. Where's the timing mark on this? Okay, that's perfect. So, give it a little. Oh, 1, 2. Okay, so that's lots of advance, but this is probably number 1. So yeah, it's good. Timing close enough. It hasn't been messed with, so that's cool. So let's take this all apart. And we'll change this thing on the bench here. Okay, let's just give these a little liberal dosing of Croil just because we care. So 2 had water in it, which, whatever. Really, I guess, yeah, the one had more in it than the other. And it was the back one, which would be the closest to the inlet there. Get these. You're wasting the Croil. Not the Croil. $28. Okay, so we got that taken care of. So now, we got our 2 bits. So swap this rotor out. Believe it or not, I had to explain what a distributor cap and a rotor was to the gentleman behind the counter. I guess they don't get that a lot. Surprising, eh?
Regular motors don't need it?
Describe regular motors.
Like, I guess, I don't know.
Anything
LS's?
newer than the, ooh. Oh, that's just a rotor piece that's broken. LS's do not. No, this, oh, is the little metal piece gonna be in there? I don't see the tip. Maybe it fell off and went somewhere else. I guess we'll find out when it spins around a bunch. Oh, this has got a Phillips. No, yeah, so they stopped making, well, this is probably near the end of it, mid 80s, whenever this motor probably was. It's probably the end of this style distributor. Then they went to like, kind of what you have in your car, which is a little more electronically controlled. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna swap the coil and the cap. This little wire's looking decent shape. Those screw up all the time, but they're okay. So now, AC Delco, made in Mexico. Okay. Well, they usually give you grease in this, but I guess not. This is what happened on, I forget what car it was. The distributor just calved and the little rotor button screwed up.
Here.
Is that what it was? That was the 55, actually.
Maybe it was.
The Nomad. Oh. Put this in there. That on top. I think that's how it goes. We gotta swap this over, so it's just gonna have cover, and I'm sure there's gonna be 4 bolts holding it together. This is probably a genuine, oh yeah, Delco. So you know it's good. Oh, they don't even give you a cap, those cheap buggers. Try not to lose that. Yeah, this all looks fine. It's hot in here. Turn the heat down. Who turned the heat up in here?
I'm assuming you.
Peel this out. There we go. Okay, that's all.
So you have to buy that piece separate?
We're just changing the cap. This is the coil, which is just kind of a swap. This is probably $100 or some ridiculous number at parts stores these days, I'm guessing. And this one being original is probably in better shape than any new Chinesium thing you're gonna get off Scamazon. So yeah, we'll just switch these over. We'll put the cap back on, and we'll put the plug wires back on, put some spark plugs in it. We should be good to roll. Get a little gasoline. We gotta fix the carburetor, I guess, because it's got that throttle bit. Oh, we should probably put some oil in the thing now that I'm thinking about it. Before we
do an oil change.
Before we just wick it up to all the RPM and make sure that it's good. This is. There we go. Swapped over. That's basically garbage now because the cap is cracked. Which that probably would have run, but you know us. But made in the USA. Genuine good stuff. Okay, let's do the oil change right quick before I forget. That's an important step. It's a new day. Spark plugs I had were wrong. They were a crushed gasket style and needs tapered end, so I went and got those. Then after work, then there was some screwing around. The oil pressure sender had broken, so I had to get the threads out the block, and then I actually found I had an oil pressure gauge. So I actually ran it so it had oil pressure at crank, but the oil looks kind of, I don't know, maybe not ideal. Let's have some water in it or something, so we'll see what that's all about. What else did I do? I think that's kind of it. Around plug wires are in, all that sort of stuff. So now we're just going to see if this thing will fire up to life. I feel like this video's kind of gone on long enough. This was definitely, I need a little bit of love, but we did kind of a tune-up on it, which I would have liked to have it run, make a little bit of noise, then spend money on it versus this, but whatever.
We didn't really have a choice.
Well, we didn't have a choice, no, exactly. But these are all things now that really, one of the plug wires is broke and stuff, so a set of plug wires on at this point, and I mean, plugs, wires, cap, rotor, that's like your generic tune-up. We'll see if the carburetor's any decent, or if we'll, maybe we'll put a Holly or something on it with a different intake, just because it's kind of sporty with a set of valve covers. But let's see. Oof, this thing is kind of dead. So we'll put it on full crank mode. Fill up the carburetor a little bit. Do we have any? Oh yeah, we got a little hot sauce there. All right. Oh, a little bit of a leak. Oh, he's dead. Okay.
Oh, let's plug it in.
Now we got plan B. Oh, broke my Leatherman. There's all this stuff on the work table. Does anything else have a battery in here? Do I have a battery? My other thing I left outside and it's junk. All right, well, I'll have to clean some of this off because there's a battery in this thing, which I think was good. The hood doesn't open. Oh no.
Well, that was from today.
It wasn't. Okay, let's see if we can get the battery out of this thing. And I think we have jumper cables. No good.
place is right at the front.
It's always something. Hopefully this battery has some jam in it. Oh, now I got all this junk to deal with. Okay. Good. Good. Why are the dogs barking?
Because you made a bunch of noise.
Fixing to make a bunch of noise. You think it's gonna go? Oh, this thing. It's good, but it's inconvenient some days. Either the battery's dead, or it's got a lot of timing in it. All good signs. Huh. Where's my gas can? It smells like Croyle. It's almost running on all the cylinders.
Your clippy fell off. Clippy,
That'll happen.
dripping gas, the battery.
Danielle, whose side are you on here?
Side that doesn't want to burn.
It's shooting junk out the exhaust. So it starts and then dies. What's more gas or less gas? Pure was wants more gas. We'll give it all of it. More timing? Do we have a vacuum leak or something? It's got oil pressure. Ooh. Ooh. I did put a bunch of Croyle in the cylinders. I think that's what's coming out. Oh no. It's also kind of a little sketchy on the frame. Why won't she run, Danielle? I think it's got just a bunch of Croyle in the cylinders, and it's probably flooding itself. Let's see if we can clear it out. Ooh, that was cool. We're gonna kill the battery again here. I think it's just fouled up. And the battery is dead. How are we gonna do this? Frustration. So now that battery's dead. Booster's dead. I feel like it'll run and be fine. I think it just has to clear itself out a little. Okay, well, do I have I don't have a battery charger here. What do we have? We have the tow truck. No, we have the tow truck. We'll spin it around. We'll drive the tow truck in, plug it in. We're good. I need tow truck keys. Brake. Okay. Gonna try again?
We're hooked up to the tow truck.
We got full power now. I definitely regret not rolling it over before the spark plug's in. Starter's a champ though. Definitely not running on all the cylinders. It's got like no fuel or something, which is weird. It appears to be full. Oh, it's got no accelerator pump. I see. Carburetor is no happy. I think it would run. There should be lots of gas in here. We have some sort of a massive vacuum leak or something? I don't feel like we do. It doesn't like gas. Well, it's running on all 8 at least now. It's definitely got some sort of issue. That might be lots of timing. Okay, so it's got zero accelerator pump is the problem. So the carburetor's not happy. Seems like it's maybe it's got some sort of like 40 pounds oil pressure. Actually runs okay, it's not loud. Might need a little tuning. It's not pulling fuel for sure, which is weird. So the carburetor is full of fuel, but it's just not sucking nothing out. So I assume this thing is probably all junked up, which kind of happens. I had my temperature gun. Where did I put it? Because I wanted to check. Sounds like it's running on all of them. Yep. Yep.
What are you checking? If they're...
Just make sure they're all hot. Yep. Yeah, we could also actually spray a little bit of brake clean on probably. If I had a new can, but yeah, 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 yeah. So just the one is kind of unhappy, but just see here. It's kind of weird how it. Oh yeah. So it's hot on all of them. Just run it a little bit more here. Some of that oil out of it. It's got a vacuum leak because it shouldn't be ripping like that. So anyways, it runs good enough that I think we can put it in the truck. Doesn't seem to smoke too much. I think all the oil that was in there was from me probably. So we're gonna call that a win. So up next, I guess, I actually have a little bit of welding to do on that thing, but I think I can probably do it with the motor in. We'll put the transmission to it. I'll assume that's good. And yeah, let this thing kind of cool off. It didn't sound like there's any big ticking noises or nothing. It was actually not too bad. The oil is definitely, it's kind of creamy there. So it had some water in it or something. And obviously there's no water hooked up to it. So we'll assume just sitting around and got some water in it or something like that, or who knows what happens. So we'll do another oil change. We'll get it in there, we'll let it run, get up to temperature, and then we'll do a hot oil change on it, and then it should be fine again. But it had like 35-40 pounds oil pressure, lots. I ran the code on it. It's a 350, so it should be fine. You know, blue block 350. It's nothing too crazy, but more than enough to move this little thing around. Which probably had a straight 6. Oh no, this was a V8 originally, but it'll be fine. So let's clean up in here, let it air out a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next video, which is putting this contraption in that. I really thought we'd be doing that in today's video, but that's just not the way she went. So there you go. Money well spent. I think she's a good enough runner. We can carry on, look for an intake carburetor instead of valve covers, and hold the hot rod. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Tell Danielle what's up, and we'll see you on the next one.